don't have that much work to do, so let's start with a couple of concurrences. We have House Bill 1391. It's a DFH bill that has to do with, the Clean Cars Act of 2022. The motion is to concur. The amendments are to establish eligibility on base price, and the second amendment is technical and clarifying. Move to concur. Second. 50 grand. You can. Yeah, right. Okay. Delegate Love.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I really feel like this bill has been rushed, like we haven't worked on this.
Right. That's what we need. All those in favor of concurring in the Senate amendment signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? We concur. Second bill is House Bill 303. It's the Vice Chair's bill, and it has to do with what else? Maryland swimming pool and spa standards. Motion is to concur in the Senate amendments, which apparently alters the compliance date in the bill from July 1, 23 to December 31, 23, so that it will not include that pool season, apparently. So motion is to concur in the Senate amendments.
Second.
Right. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes seem to have it. The ayes have it. Now we go to the Vice Chair for an amendment that he will, we're doing this now so we don't have to do it later on the floor. Here we go.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a proposed amendment to Senate Bill 354, which deals with the Bay Restoration Fund privately owned wastewater facilities. So just by way of background, as you may remember, this bill was in response to the Valley Protein controversy from last year. The Valley Protein plant is a chicken rendering plant whose wastewater treatment facility got a grant from MDE under the BRF. And after the hue and cry that developed, MDE rescinded the grant. So what this bill does is says that for any privately owned wastewater facility to be eligible for a grant under the Bay Restoration Fund for upgrades, it has to provide wastewater treatment to multiple residential dwelling units. And it also has to be in compliance with any discharge permits that have been issued. Now, there is an exception under the bill to this compliance requirement if the facility could establish that it doesn't have the financial wherewithal to do an upgrade, and also it had to be independently owned, and the facility could not be a subsidiary of another business. Well, as it turns out, we just learned yesterday that this would negatively affect some mobile home parks, because these are small parks that typically, because of the fact that they don't have the resources to have independent operators at each park for the wastewater treatment, they have an LLC or another company that owns more than one park. And so under this exemption provision, they would not be eligible, these mobile home parks, for upgrades under the BRF. And so that's really an unintended consequence. We don't want to harm residents of mobile home parks by not allowing their facilities to be, their wastewater treatment facilities to be upgraded. So the proposed amendment is to strike the part of the waiver for facilities that are non-compliant. It says that the facility has to be independently owned and not a subsidiary, so that these mobile home parks would be eligible even if they're non-compliant, if they could establish that financially they're not capable of doing the upgrade without BRF assistance.
And I believe this came to you at the request of the county executive of Harford County and her trustee sidekick, Delegate Hornberger.
Cecil
County, sorry.
Yes.
See, I'm not running statewide, so I don't have to know that.
That's right. And the sponsor, the Senate sponsor, is okay with this amendment, as are the advocates So,
Okay, so we're gonna accept it as a friendly amendment on the floor. What? From the vice chair. So, all those in favor of accepting that amendment to not harm mobile home parks signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay. It's. I don't know, is that defined in the law? Okay, that's it. We'll see you on the floor.